Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Season 19 of ozfortress, brought to you here on TF Live. Tonight, we have Round 1, Right-Wing Death Squad vs Xenophobia Phobia, brought to you by myself, GBJ, my good friend Sage, and Wiethoofd on production. How you going, Sage?
Yeah, I'm going pretty well. I'm looking forward to a good game of TF2.
So, Xenophobia Phobia, you've got a history with, you know them pretty well. Walk me through the roster, how it's changed.
Oh, they've seen pretty large roster changes this season. 3 new players added to the roster, and the players who did end up staying ended up switching roles. What we do see tonight is Cure Scout, Cure taking kills, I believe, Shifter playing Flank Scout. MG is playing Roma, but he is a sub. Their normal Roma is Sean, who isn't available because of exams, I believe. Their pocket is Yorch, who's a new pickup. The demo is Makassar, or Mac, and the medic is Xander, who's another new pickup.
So how much does the loss of Paulson affect this team? Do you think it'll be a significant impact? Like, sure, it'll impact them in a relatively noticeable way, but do you think it'll really stomp them down that much?
The thing with the loss of Paulson, especially, is Paulson, even though he was a large, the center of skill on the team, I'd say, one of the more skilled players on the roster, he was also the main caller, and I'm confident saying Paulson is easily top 3 main callers in the country. So going from some of the best calls in the country to just having none of the contributing to not having it there at all, it has, especially in the earlier games without him, it did definitely affect their play, but they've been scrimming a lot, and they've been playing with Yorch on main calls recently. It's been working pretty well.
So, of course, Yorch being the new pickup, hearing that he's actually doing a good job on main calling on a relatively new team, even though they're all quite new to each other with their roster switches, it's pretty interesting to hear. So I'd be curious to see how they go in their first match of the season.
Yeah, definitely. So the roster changes. I believe Xander, if I'm thinking correctly and I'm not having a brain fart, is the only person who's actually never been on the Xeno roster. Yorch was subbed in previous seasons before he joined Salt Free last season. Cure subbed last season. And yeah, I'm correct. Xander is the only completely new to Xeno player, and he, in his previous seasons, got voted the best medic in Intermediate, the second highest division. So he's a welcome choice to Xeno's roster.
So walk me through Right-Wing Death Squad. What can we expect from them?
Well, Right-Wing Death Squad, they're using a Soli Merc. I'm not sure if it's Pocket or Roma. I think it is Pocket. Usually they're running HSR, who is an Asian Pocket, actually, or an Asian player. They're running Doge for him. Doge played medic for Madmen, and it was for half the season, I think he's actually taken a bit of a break from TF2. That's the face that we see the Merc Moop, also playing for Madmen in previous seasons, now coming to play on Right-Wing Death Squad. Who else do we have? We have Keller, who is coming up from Intermediate, playing Medic. We have KPC, who's also coming up from Intermediate. He is on Soldier. We have Ben, another player who was on the Madmen roster previously. He is on Scout, and the other Scout is the player called Fwishy, and I believe he's an Asia Fortress Scout, who isn't being merked, so we are having people across the pond joining on Right-Wing Death Squad's roster.
It's definitely a lot of variance in that group. I'm actually super interested about Keller. Like, I know he's playing mid, so, good mids aren't really noticed as well as good DM players are, but coming up from Intermediate straight into Prem, and first round of it is Season 19, so we'll see how he goes, especially up against a team like Xenophobia Phobia, or Xeno, as they're now called.
Definitely. All the players on Right-Wing Death Squad, outside, I guess maybe KPC and Keller, but they've all also been around for a while. They're all pretty experienced players, and including Asia Fortress Division 1, 4 players on the roster of Right-Wing Death Squad have played the top level in their respective regions, so I do think this will be a very good matchup, and I hope it's close, because I've been looking forward to seeing how this will go. This is actually the first cast of Xeno's new roster, So, in terms of predictions, I think we all know that I am the most unbiased caster when it comes to Xeno. I'd like to just let that be known. So, usually I'll put them at my number 1 pick, but
with the new roster changes, we've got Yorch in the team, and he doesn't have my full confidence. I don't know if I can put in the same prediction I used to with his level of talent, really. I'm just worried it will not match up to what Xeno's standards are. So I'm actually getting my prediction, believe it or not, to the opposite team, Right Wing Death Squad.
It's a good point, as everyone knows casters can't actually play the game.
It's very true.
So I think I have to vouch for my old teammates, Xeno. I'm going to put it, the first map, I'm going to go 3-2 to Xeno, and the second map, I might actually put it a tie for 2-2. But it seems that they're actually running Process first instead of Badlands, which is, I don't think it actually matters, but I'm pretty sure Badlands is usually first in the pick, but it doesn't actually matter if they're both trying to play Process.
See, I think that might be one of the first, or at least one of the very few times that a tie is predicted over top of just an outright win going either direction. So
I honestly do think this team is very closely matched. We should see a ready up coming up soon, as I think both teams have 6 in, and we are ready to go here.
Well, hopefully that means we'll have a very entertaining match on our hands for tonight. Surely not a 5-0 roll.
Alright, what players do you want to watch, do you reckon?
Like I said earlier, Keller. Coming up from intermediate, it's always interesting watching the intermediate player make his way through. I'm sure he'll do absolutely fine, but I'm going to keep my eye on him for sure. On the side of Xeno, probably going to be Yorch. If he can come up to the standards that I have set for him, which I don't think he will, we'll see how he goes. Another actually interesting person to watch would be Mac, playing Paulson's role. Because Xeno obviously being a very demo-centric team back when Paulson was on it, but we'll see how he goes. So I'm going to be following Xenophobia on their way to mid. Mac jumping in through rollout now, getting ready to make his way to mid. Very, very efficient on his way there. Moop's just made it in now. They're about even. Sticky's being traded across, but no significant damage going either way, as the rest of the teams are going to be coming in now. The side of Right Wing Death Squad got a lot of high ground, whereas haven't quite matched up to a lot of jumps going on, but not much significant damage being done, apart from Ben being taken down quite low. A lot of bombing coming in from both teams. Actually, a nice pipe from Mac takes down 2 players. That's going to actually completely shut them out of mid now. So 3 down for the side of RWDS. That did not take long at all. It happened very succinctly from some DM from the side of Xeno. MG maybe getting a little bit too aggressive on Keller there, maybe misheard some information on his health, but he's going to get taken down getting a little bit too aggressive, as Xeno is actually trying to take control of the choke before they've even finished capping mid. It's very interesting from then. I mean, Ben's going to try and contest it, but I think he has to realise that they've got the Uber and they're in there. Actually, Doge goes in for the bomb, gets a nice force onto Xander, and that's going to trigger the rest of the push from RWDS. It's going to fight it out. The Uber's just ending, and Xeno's going to have to run back through the choke, but a good bomb from KBC takes down 2 players there, and the rest of them are going to get cleaned out by Moop, and KBC strikes yet again. Just one Xenophobia player alive and barely gets out with just 40 health sitting back on a spire, so it's a great turnaround from RWS.
Definitely. I'm actually going to abbreviate RWS to RWDS, because it's a mouthful to say otherwise, but it was a great turnaround there. The Uber got popped out by Mac, but having to get aggressive after that force, trying to get them force the medic. Well, they're getting aggressive. Mac picks Fwishy on the flank, and they're moving to second. You're just trying to delay, maybe get a medic or something. They're playing this actually very aggressively, and it's working there so far. They're getting 2 picks, low health on the side of Royds, and it's just a medic demo. And it looks like both going to get cleaned up if Xeno can play this alright. Cure on the flank, he's going to clean up, and it's just a medic surrounded by scouts. And it is going to be another return. Xeno, don't let Royds take the second.
So Xeno's aggression didn't really work when they tried to push through the choke on second, but defending their own second, that's a different story. They managed to completely shut them out there and won that fight pretty concisively, taking down the combo there in sewers. So it's going to be down to Royds now. They have the sniper and he's watching choke, but he's not going to land a headshot that he needs to. KPC going down meanwhile, just as the Uber is called up by Xander. Meanwhile, Keller so far behind, just hitting 20% now. Going to be Royds pushed back onto their last, while Xeno have their Uber and they're ready to go in with it. Moving in through rollout now. We'll see what they get done. The Uber is popped in, just pushing in. A lot of damage going out either way. Mook gets taken down solo, gets up. No point presence so far, but Royds have a lot of it themselves, but the double bomb's going to be very effective at cleaning them up, and they're going to get so much point presence to the point where there is just not enough players for Royds to do anything about it. And that is the first round 1-0, the first round 1 of this season.
Mac is doing so well. He's getting picks on pretty much every fight he's been doing so much for xeno. Is I'm gonna watch him again on this mid. As they practically get to mid at the same time as Moot, but he's locked him off the pack. There's a bit of a health advantage. Might have to be a bit more passive on this mid. The soldiers from xeno, it's only aggressive. Soldiers on both sides getting bounced back by scouts, and it's just a slow exchange. Max is taking their left side, trying to spam out players. He's getting a lot of damage out, but MG gets picked up by Ben. Soldier gets aggressive, trying to get a counter play in, but Yorsh is holding it close, and right wing Deathroad are kind of closeted in here, but they're making it work. A large headshot from Yorsh comes out, and he's getting area denial, but it's not seeming to work well. They're gonna have to get this reforce out of Keller right there, because they're not gonna do it. Yorsh is gonna risk his life, and they're gonna get out with this full. They're not gonna get out. They're gonna get repushed with the supercharge and get cleaned up, and this is really bad for xeno.
So I think that's going to set the theme for what we've already seen in just the first round. A lot of just push and tug and push, you know. There was a very scrappy mid. It was going either way at so many different points, especially with both Ubers being used, as Roids are now pushing onto second. So just trying to make a little bit of a foothold. Xeno's just throwing their rockets, but they're not going to be able to get much done without something significant happening. MG going in for a bomb, Yaunch following him right afterwards. There's a rest of Xeno moving out now. They've dealt so much damage to the point where Roids actually have just had to push back all the way. Yaunch nearly gets taken down by a bomb from KPC, but doesn't actually work out in the end. I do want to reference, Yaunch had a nice air shot. I'll give him credit for that. Maybe he can live up to the standards that I'm setting for him, but we have to see as the match goes on. Good flank from Shifter straight onto Keller. He gets spotted up by Ben, but that's an Uber force. That was a very good play from him. He just walked straight through IT, and now the Uber is now able to be used on Moot, and he's through choke, and it's just Yaunch left on Spire, and MG coming in for the bomb. He's got the support that he needs, and if they win this, now that they have the demo support as well, no, it's not going to happen. Oh, wow.
Oh, big shot out of Doge, straight onto the back end there. That was a really awkward exchange. Xana gets picked up in the re-Uber. Shifter goes for the flank and does get the force, but the position Keller wasn't even for. The force actually worked in their favour. They were close enough to make it work. And Cure playing forward, trying to help out Shifter, I think ended up losing their scouts early in that fight. And that opened a bit of an awkward play, but Xander is up and he has a little bit of advantage. It might halt the push. That was almost definitely going to be a last Uber forward with Keller staying up, but they managed to pick it up. They do lose the players in the process, but it's how it works. You can get your players up, and we've just seen a complete reset. And it actually, with the build, a pretty large advantage coming out of Xander, but I doubt they'll be willing to use it.
I'm not sure. Shifty did change from heavy, and they seem to be grouping up in certain places. I mean, aggression has been the theme of this entire match so far, so I would not be surprised if we saw something a little bit funny coming out of the side of Xeno to push out of their last now. So Uber is called off, and it's used as soon as they get out the gate. They need to get onto Keller before he gets his Uber. He's on 92%.
He's going to get out.
That goes down. That's the demo. He gets out, and now he has his Uber. BC, though, he's just jumped right behind them, and he's just going to stand on the point. If he can keep the players off, he's distracted them for long enough for Roy to take back the point. That's a great heads-up play from him. Doesn't get the point, but he managed to win back second, and now his team's going to follow them in and just finish off that cap. There's so much point presence here already, and Xeno, all of them resupplying from that fight, and it's just going to be another round get down. That's 1-1 going in the hands of Voids this time.
Definitely, it was a bit of an awkward play, I think, from Xeno. Going out aggressive with not a lot. They weren't super confident with that Uber, and it showed when Keller just backed off and repushed the Uber. It just got Xeno killed anyway. KPC getting super aggro on a Mac, gets piped and almost cleaned up, gets backed off. So just taking high for the side of Xeno, and Dama's walking forward on the point for Roids, but not getting that much done. Mac gets cleaned up by a soldier, and no return frags by Xeno just yet. Scouts lit for Xeno, but again, still no return frags. This will just be a try and escape for Xander, which the soldier's trying to allow him to do, and it looks like it's going to work because he's got a scout with him, but it's a pretty... This is going to be a last hold, it looks like, from Xeno, as they're not going to get... Oh, they could play aggro, but... No, yeah, it's going to be a last hold as well. It's just holding the point. They've got this Uber charge up. And they might be, yeah, they're pushing straight away, not letting them get any foot room, and KPC gets, okay, KPC gets aggressive. I guess he's going for a play on the medic, but doesn't pay off as he gets cleaned up immediately. We might see a counter play or something come up for the side of, you know.
I'm actually disappointed in the amount of off passes. MG just walks straight out. Maybe he'll come up sniper, because that's what I want to see right now. In this Uber v Uber, essentially. We're just going to wait for something to happen. KPC actually is playing Spy. He's got a wee while else to make it to the last point, but if he can do it, he can do it. Something interesting is definitely going to happen. if it can make it there. I want to see something happen here in Uber v Uber. I mean, Roids are all grouped up on the point. They're only looking in one spot. Go for something, but KPC also, they've got eyes looking around everywhere. He's going to have to pick his moment very well here, but he'd easily get something done.
Definitely, he's going to go the long way. He's definitely just going for this medic pick. It's definitely going to be a very hard thing to counterplay if they don't seem to be looking for the spy, but they do lose a scout, and Sniper does. He walks right past the sniper, and then Yorsh sees a spy.
No.
So a 4-health spy gets cleaned up. We don't see any dirty backgap plays today. And it's 3 up for the side of Roids. They are holding this with this Uber, but maybe just to trying to get a trade play here. Ben gets out of IT. They actually back up with the Uber charge. They keep it up on the side of Xeno, and we might just see another chokehold here.
So I'm actually quite surprised that Yorch did spot that there was a disguised spy. That was very great from him. Shows a lot of his game knowledge that I thought he didn't have. Congratulations to him on that one.
Mac cleaned up.
Yeah, it was just spam. Very unfortunate from him, and that's going to trigger a bit of a push from Roy. He's coming through choke now. Beep Jeep going in deep. He forces that Uber. He gets taken down from a nice rocket from Yorch, but the Uber's going to be used nonetheless. Meanwhile, MG and Shift are seeing if they can make a move through IT right now. They force the Uber from Keller. The question is, they're going to be able to push something in through it, as Xeno's just retreated back to their point. Moop's going for the deep bomb, but it's just him. Even Keller's getting out, and he's getting flanked by Shifter and MG because they never cleaned up that flank through IT. They just let them run around and ignored them after the Uber was popped.
Exactly, what happened there was pretty bad from Roids. They did try to get aggressive with the Moop Uber, they tried to milk the Uber out of Xeno and re-push, but what ended up happening is they just lost too many players and then decided to continue to fight, and post-Uber just got destroyed by the pushing flank of Xeno. And Xeno are already walking through this choke. No off-classes out from either side just yet, but does look like they're going to be getting this. No people really in the position to... Oh, it does look like someone's playing low and might be going for a play. No, it's okay. They've backed up. Just going to see another hold. Ben comes up on Engineer, was sniping, but decides he wants to play it a bit safer.
He's going to get a level 1 up, but I don't know if he'll be able to get it to level 2 in time, because Xander's just popped his Uber in now. That level 1's definitely not going to do much against this. Xander's going to be looking to grab some point presence after they take some area control around the spawn doors, but they don't actually have any players on it right now. And as I say that, they make their move, but at the same time, so much of Roids coming out of the resupply, they just jump onto the point and completely wipe them away. Now they're so separated. Just on shifters, Xander's going to have to desperately get out through rollout now, but he's going to get caught out quite easily. That was very good from Roids. They all managed to come out of resupply at the same time and just completely wipe any sort of push that was remaining.
I'd love to give the credit to Roids there, but that was just a butchered push from Xeno. They had the potential, but they lost the ultra early, and instead of backing up, they used the Uber to save Mac, and it was just a really early and out of position Uber. Mac couldn't get really much done with it. They got 2 picks, but then they just had to back out, and when they were in the position to back out, they just got fragged by the returning players. The Uber's coming through with Keller. He hasn't used it yet, but he's out through choke, and he's getting spammed. It looks like Xeno's just trying to get this force on the medic and back out. They've lost 2 in the process, and they haven't gotten the force just yet. Medic's on 40 for Roids, and he doesn't get forced.
That was very lucky from Keller. Got taken down at that time. It could have been so bad losing that Uber advantage when he needs it that much, but he's kept it for so long that it's going to be a huge advantage in this fight. York's going for another bomb, and Keller, he's not going to milk that. He's just going to use the Uber instantly, not going to risk it. He knows he needs this Uber. He knows he needs to take Spire right now. It's not worth saving the Uber for push, although Xander is going to have a pretty large advantage at around 60%, while Keller's just about to hit 20. They do have a heavy up to deal with, but the push is already coming in. It's a bit of a rush push. They're all Roids is all on the right side, as Xenophobia just fighting that long range fight. But the heavy's still up. He's not even hurt right now, as Roids just getting so much chip damage dealt in by this heavy. Finally goes down, but they're all on such low health and in such bad positions, they're not really going to get much done. Well, there are only 3 players left for Xenoph on that last push. That was not very well executed from Roids there, as Keller and Ben, the only ones to get out of that fight.
Yeah, it was a bit of an awkward play. I reckon Keller could have milked that Uber a little bit on second. He did pop pretty early. I think maybe he assumed there were more people on second holding forward because Yorch was the forward. And the Uber did allow them to get second uncontested, but then they walked into last without an Uber and just kind of got slowly shredded by positioning by Xeno. Although we do have even Ubers now. I'm not sure how that happened because I was sure that Xander had ad, but I guess I missed something. Because they're breaking this
building like a madman. Oh, here's the Uber, and it comes straight in through choke. Mook gets taken down instantly, as that Uber's very effective on the Xeno demo there, but the Uber's just going to end now. and now Roids have such an advantage. They're just going to push straight through the choke. There's not a lot that Xeno can do if Roids can deal the right amount of damage, which they haven't. They haven't actually taken that much presence, and now Shifter and MG have IT, and that's something they also have to worry about, so they don't know if they can push all the way through choke, even if they do get work done. Ben and KPC going down somewhat unnecessarily there. Is Xeno actually going to move straight onto the point? They have Beat Jeep right behind them. He's going to get onto Xander, but he gets taken down quickly enough to the point where Xander is going to be safe with his 90% Uber, and Keller gets away with just his 70 and his friendly demo move.
Yeah, definitely. We do have an Uber advantage for Xander. He's trying to break it through. This traps do get cleared, luckily, as he doesn't walk straight on top of them. I doubt the Super's going to play as... Oh, yeah, Roids are backing up. They're just keeping their medic alive. They're going to get the second. Looks like it's probably going to be a stalemate or an Uber play on last. They're getting aggressive into lobby already, it seems. The stickies are there just to stop any aggression, but they're very forward. They get the Uber knocked out early, but they should get 2 frags in return. They could make this work if they play it correctly. They get the Uber forced out, and the soldier's really lit on last. It's just 2 players. They could really make this work for Xeno.
It's actually a very effective push from them, just getting aggressive in lobby and picking up those 2 early as picks. Moops get a nice kill, but his teammates aren't going to respawn fast enough to stop that cap, and Xeno are going to get their second round of this game.
Definitely, it was well played from Xeno. Just getting into last. They killed every player who wasn't into the Uber, and it just left Roids without any defense. Let's see how this mid goes, because what I've been seeing, it's been a bit awkward. Both teams doing kind of odd plays. Both demos actually doing a lot in this mid, as Mac gets jumped immediately. Not getting as much spam as he's been in previous mids. Both soldiers on height for Roids, and yeah, just a bit chaotic on both sides right now as they are just exchange plan. The first pick goes over to Xeno, and then the second pick, Ben goes down, and both players taking heals right now are very lit, and they're going to be forced to back up.
Oh, and Fushy goes down just towards the end there. The only return pick was on Cure there for the side of Roids, and actually Xeno just going to move straight onto second here. Beat Jeep going in for a nice bomb, takes down Xander, great from him. Mac finishes him off, but also dies in the process.
MG went all the way back to lobby to flank the medic and got onto him straight away and got the return frag, so they don't have this huge advantage on the side of Roids. That was really well played. Before the Uber and before the push into second, it was actually really well done from Xeno. It's 1v1 Fushy versus Cure right now. No, Shifter, sorry. Shifter does get picked up, but he does have backup coming, as Xeno are going to probably try and take choke.
That was a great delay from him. Asia Fortress game sense coming to play there, beats out the Australian, and says a lot. It says a lot. So Roids are going to be pushing out onto bats right now. They're going to try and get some point presence, but there's a lot of Xeno that they have to deal with, and I think they decided that it was time to just move back to last. So we'll see if we get, again, we have the Xeno aggression just going straight into last now. Ubers are about even, but they're probably not going to come into play for this push. There's a lot of aggression going straight into the spawn door right now as players are just swarming the point from Xenophobia, but Roids pushing out as one, managed to get the presence back in the point, get some good picks, and they're completely separated Xeno yet again. Almost the same tactic that they used on that the last push. They completely managed to separate Xeno and won the last defense there. They lost the round eventually. It was a great play from them. It worked out, and it worked out a second time. We'll see if Xeno can adapt to that for the next chance.
Yeah, Xeno got really aggressive with the plaque. I think we're playing off move being down, but they didn't get aggressive onto the point early enough for it to count, as Roids are moving out into second from thing, but they do have a sniper on the side of Xeno, and I'm pretty sure they both know it. As the Uber gets forced out early, which is really good for Xeno, no players should be dying in this exchange.
So Keller's popped the Zuba, and meanwhile Xander's just got his 30% now. He does have a sniper to see. Wow, that was complete shutdown on 2 players there from the side of Roids. Ben and Doge just getting absolutely annihilated there.
Exactly. Cure on the sniper, I was worried it wouldn't pay off, but it does end up also taking damage on the demo. It does end up blocking the soldier's bomb and gets a free pick for Xeno's side. The sniper play always a risky one, but it does seem to be working in their favour currently. Moves super aggressive, gets a forward pick on a Mac.
Xander actually got knocked down to 50 health by a pipe there. That's very, very lucky for him. He's avoiding spam like an absolute master, like he's in the Matrix. Yaunch going in for a bomb, he's not going to get much done there. As Xander and Cure and Shifter, the last ones left on this mid, and Roid's actually not that keen to capitalise it. They're moving so slowly. Just moving into it now. And Xeno have had a little bit of time to recoup. They now have their demo with them, but they've gotten a little bit too aggressive. A lot of damage dealt on the two of their players, and that's forced the Uber out. He's going to hold on to his Uber, because I doubt Shifter's going to get much done, and he's just going to completely waste his Uber on his Scout. Shifter and Mac all going down now at the same time as the Uber is popped into the choke. Yaunch getting bounced all the way back. The air shot is missed, but he's so hurt right now that Ben's going to clean him up completely easily. MG, the only one to really survive this, and even then, he looks like he's considering going for some sort of bomb onto...
Yeah, the sniper play did end up kind of costing Xeno. It's the issue with sniping in this situation is that after you've done what you need to do, you still need to be hitting shots constantly for it to be worthwhile you being on sniper, and it didn't really end up like that, as you just kind of got caught out and got killed in exchange. And having an extra scout there might have been game-changing. Though we do have Shifter on sniper now and Cure on the heavy. So we'll see if they can get anything done. They're just looking to settle in because they know they've got this Uber disadvantage. And it looks like they're trying to peek, just trying to see where they want to go for the side of Roids. It looks like they're going to be entering the lobby from lower. Taking a demo soldier? Demo scout? They're just entering slowly and trying to figure out their angle. We've got lots of players on the left side and only one on the right, so they Uber early to avoid the sniper. Get weird aggression. They get onto the heavy, kill him immediately. Low health for the side of Roids though. This could be a really good repush out of Xeno. It's starting to occur, but the health returns badly to Xeno, and it's just a 3-up. Demo medic, and it's going to be around.
The health was so back and forth there on that fight. Like, first it seemed like Roids had the absolute advantage in that, but then Xeno kind of... it looks like Xeno had the absolute advantage there, but Roids managed to pull it back completely with some, honestly, quite good DM, and I think that's what won them that last push in the end. Even though they lost two of their... Xeno lost two of their off-classes, Roids managed to do a really good job at just cleaning up players with good aim.
Yeah.
So now we've got the mid-fight. A lot of damage going everywhere. Everyone's up in the air at once. Actually, the first one to go down there. Nice shot from Ben. Just completely focuses him down. Meanwhile, we've got most of Xeno wrapping around the left, while Moop and Xander are actually getting focused down by the scout. As Moop goes down, actually. So Fushi is going to get into a fight with Xander and take him down. Yaunch is going to finish him off, but I doubt he's going to get much else done. Survived maybe a little bit longer than he should have, but... oh well, not a lot he could do there. I don't think many of us expected much of him. He is Yaunch after all.
Just to see a recap, and it's going to be both minutes at the same time, so almost identical Ubers. They are going to... it might actually be a second to mid stalemate, as, you know, do get the spawns to hold second, and Rods are holding passive. Oh, we do have crits coming out of the side of Rods, and they're getting aggressive to assert that. It'll be interesting to see, as I don't know if the way they're holding, I don't know if they realise it's happening, which is really worrisome because Moop crits and it doesn't look like they're taking out Sewer. Mac holding aggressively does get a forward trap, and he might be calling that they're pretty aggressive for the chance, but they're going to crit out left door, which is a really good play. They get out almost unseen, and they crit straight onto the Xander. They don't hit the initial stickies. Moop hasn't hit a single sticky in his crits. He ends up getting... Doge ends up bumming Xander anyway, and Keller does get cleaned up, but it's 5 up, two buffed players against Hurt Mac and a Shifter who's already backed up.
It's actually quite confusing that Xeno didn't seem to even consider a sewer push being an option whatsoever. I mean, the crits really wasn't the big part of that.
This might be around. This is going to be around already. They can't stop it.
That crits, like, it didn't really get much done. It allowed for one kill and maybe scared off the middle a little bit, but... I mean, Roids, they just walked straight out of sewer there and pushed straight into Xeno, and Xeno kind of just fell apart. I mean, they lost their mid to a simple bomb, and it kind of just fell apart from there, and that lost them the round. Moop getting a really big sticky in the face. Both demos use their health.
Mac gets cleaned up early, doesn't he get the crossbow from Xander?
At this point, Max come out worse for the wear.
MG gets aggressive, low health from Xeno. This is looking really bad. They need to get out as quick as possible, as they don't have any position to fight this mid, and looks what they're doing. They do lose this cat to run the medic out, and this could be bad for Xander, as people are getting in deep. Yaunch actually getting a really good prediction rocket, blocking the jump from the Roma. Yaunch just... I don't think it's I don't think I meant to be on stage, but like, Yaunch just saved the medic with that prediction rocket. That Roma was going to land directly on top of Xander, and it would have been a pick easily. Especially with the overpressure of the scouts pushing Yaunch. It was a really good play. He sacrificed himself to make sure the medic got out alive. and we'll see. Because they get the Uber, it doesn't look like they want to hold this last. They're just gonna. Scouts is sacking. He doesn't get the force out. There's a player down. We'll see if they capitalize off that play.
I am really angry with how well Yorch is doing. It's just making me mad. Maybe he'll fall apart. I just can't wait to see that massive screw up by him. I'm sure it'll happen. So right now, just a last hold from the side of Xeno. Ubers are even. Just going to be a bit of a stalemate. Oh, being on sniper. You know me, I love a sniper play. I really want to see something happen with this time. Max getting quite aggressive in lobby.
Ben is actually a very spooky sniper as well, so we will definitely see something come out. MG's also a headshot magnet, so we better watch out, because he gets out right. But they still have the sniper, and he's just looking to see if he can peek into lobby. Doe getting aggressive, takes a pipe, but not getting spammed out. They're going to have to back, and he might get cleaned up. His team's not with him, and he gets cleaned up in that fight. We do have a Cure sniper, but he hasn't seen enough to make a play yet, and they do get aggressive. He's probably going to have to switch up if he doesn't get anything.
Yeah, the Ubers have been popped. I mean, the sniper's not going to be very effective in this situation at all. There's too much going on to really land a meaningful headshot. Is KPC the only one on point right now, but Xenophobia is going to get completely cleaned up. Ben getting a good kill onto Cure at the end there. Really the only one to be the significant casualty on that last push, and Xenophobia couldn't really do anything to stop it with their play numbers at the time. 2-4 going the way of Roids at the moment.
Definitely, we need to see better mids coming out of Xeno if we want to see a comeback. Yeah, their mids have been a bit sloppy and it's been a bit awkward for them to get any positioning. They've been... Also, Mac actually does get moved low very early, but he does get the pack in time to be fine. KPC gets picked up very early, and lower health on the side of Roids might cause a little bit of a backup here. As they do, they back up really early. Interesting, just playing it safe. They know that they do have the time to win, get this draw, and I think they just want to play as passive as possible, make sure that Xeno can't just walk all over them, playing it safe. But Xander gets spammed to very low health, and Yorch picks up his health back as well, so we might see a play from Aroma, but it doesn't seem like they're going for it. We see a Yorch trade. Oh, we lose 2 soldiers on the side of Xeno, and it looks like Xander's going to have to play back because of that. And we see a scout. I guess they were going for a medic play there. And I missed it. Are you there? Okay, I think my co-caster. Hello?
Sorry, my bad, I'm here. My mistake, I'm on my microphone.
Okay, awesome.
But I'm back now for this mid-fight that we're watching right now. Moot going down, the Uber's popped from the side of Color. Xander's got his, but do they really have the position to use it that effectively as a double bomb comes in from the side of Roids? Doge gets taken down pretty much instantly, and KPC nearly gets bottled by Mac, nearly gets a fadeaway air shot as well, but misses it a tiny bit. So we've just got Roids moving back onto Spire right now. Xeno going to be capitalizing, moving into Spire. They are moving through, they're getting a little bit of damage done. Not really any kills, they're just trying to force them out into last, and I think that's what Roid's going to end up doing here. Uber advantage isn't actually going either way. Both teams are even, as we see Fushy coming up on NG for this last defense. Question is, will he have enough time to create anything effective for a final defense here? He should do, but as I say that, the Ubers are going to be coming up very soon on the side of Xander. He's just about to hit 90%, just about to hit 90% as well. So Uber v Uber fight with a Sentry to contest. We'll see how it goes. No other significant off-classes coming from the side of Roids as Xeno gets their Uber and coming into lobby now. It's popped straight onto Yorch. He's going to push straight. Kala going to pop his instantly. Has to switch it onto Moot because a significant amount of damage happens to him as that Sentry has hit level 3. It's getting attention given to it by Xeno, but they're not going to get anywhere near the point right now. That Sentry finally goes down. Now it's just on Roids to defend the point as the repush comes in through Xeno. Like Yorch and Cure and Shift are all going down pretty much straight up one after the other. Matt goes down because of it in lobby, and that was a pretty miserable push from the side of Xeno that they got nowhere near the point, even after their repush.
Yeah, Xeno realized they didn't have much time to just mess around. They only had 3 minutes to make... They have 3 minutes to make 2 rounds, which is looking unlikely as the timer ticks down. But, they pushed too aggressively, they didn't get enough sight on last, they walked straight into a sentry, didn't get any positioning, it was just really awkward, and they're trying to break through choke, and both soldiers do get through, but team's a bit late behind them. Keller gets pretty low, and Frags are just going in the way of Roids. Scout very lit on the side, but he gets cleaned up. And it's just Mac and Cure who's going to get cleaned up as well. Surely.
Really dominant mid from Royce there. I mean, you'd said it before, Xeno needs to start showing some more significant mid fights in that sort of way. And I mean, even though that wasn't a proper mid fight, it kind of showed their ability to play around mid not really as good as the side of Roy's, and it's kind of just allowed them to walk straight onto last right now. Xeno probably not going to have much to say about it. They have the respawns, that being said. Roy's have so much presence on point right now. Although, good cleanup from Shifter and Cure. Mac getting a lot of damage out, and the scouts are there to clean up. But Doge, he's on last, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, God. Getting too aggressive at the end there. What they could have done was... what happened there was, it was actually really good from Xeno. Well, it was more of a mistake by Rods where they weren't capping the point with that Uber. And it almost went the way of Xeno because they delayed enough that Mac got his spawns, and Mac can just destroy anybody who's standing on the point as a demo man. And just came back to hit Rods in the face, but then immediately back capped afterwards, so it doesn't matter. And it seems like they're just having fun, Mac just dancing in sewers. And this is dead time, they can't get their ends.
So there we go, got the call for dead time, just fighting a lot of DM practice going on for the next map, which will be CP_Badlands. Bit of a classic in the competitive scene, and I definitely want to see how they go. Prediction stays the same. I think Roids are going to win. That was a pretty dominant performance compared to what you predicted yourself. Although it breaks my heart to see Xeno not doing well. It really does, but going to have to put my prediction yet again on Roids, as I was right the first time.
Yeah, it looks like they're just trying to get another round here. Two snipers coming out of Xeno. They've called the good matches in chat. We'll see if they can get this, and with two snipers it isn't really likely they're going to get another round, which I wouldn't be so eager to mess around right now, because in this format that I was just running around can matter a lot in later seedings. But it is going to be another round, they get the sixth, and now we are officially in dead time.
So what we're doing now is getting ready for the next map. I'm sure we'll have logs up on screen soon enough for you lovely viewers. We'll see what the highlights were. So looking at the logs, just a brief overview. Moop having an insane amount of damage, 11,000 damage compared to Mac on 9,574, 21 for 13, and Mac 20 to 22. That says a little bit about how the demo has performed. 401 DPM on Moop there. Very impressive play from him.
Moop's doing a lot, but you also can see the heal divide. Moop is taking 33% heals, and Mac's only taking 21, where most heals for Xeno going into Yorch. Performance for soldiers, MG getting cleaned up a lot by the scouts, getting a lot of damage, getting a lot of players, but not a very great KD, not staying alive very often. Yorch doing a pretty decent job, but also we do see a pretty consistent thing for KDs, which most people in the negative. It seems like both scouts, especially probably with the demos being healed so much, probably a lot of air denial, as they don't have much DPM, both hitting identical 197. Nothing terrible, but nothing outstanding either. Whereas the scouts for Roids are doing quite a bit. Ben especially getting 300, and Fishy hitting the 220 mark. So it just seems like a bit of a more overall connected team play from Roids, kind of stumping the new Xeno roster for whatever reason that might be.
So looking at the medic stats, usually the good tell-all to see what team won, and you can see it here again. 16 Ubers coming from the side and 12 from Xander. Not that significant from either side, but I mean, it's still a stat to look at. And like you said, Moop getting 33% heals, Doge getting 25%. That's significant enough, but Moop, he's putting in the work for the amount of heals that he's getting, and it's really, really showing how dominating he is. Mac, as you said, he's got a bit of a thing to live up to with Paulson being the previous demo for Xeno, but I was expecting a bit of a better performance out of him, but oh well, he did the best he could, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's a bit... Oh, sorry, let me just make sure I'm not saying... Yeah, Xander getting 16 deaths and Keller getting 9. Of course it is attributed to the fact that Xeno were the losing team, but it is a thing that I think that's attributive to Xeno was dying in a lot of the fights, and that's not necessarily his fault, as Xeno's playstyle was, I'd say, easily 3 times more aggressive than Royd's. Royd's were way more comfortable backing up, kiting Ubers, where Xeno's playstyle was more, let's fight them right now and get aggressive. That's probably a remnants, that's probably a leftover playstyle from when Paulson was main calling. And I don't know if it was the best played all the time. They were trying to go off picks, but stuff like that process pushing to last. The demo was down for the side of Roids, which is a decent time to push, but they waited too long. The demo got a spawn, and then they just got killed individually after the Uber fell away. So, and I hate to say it, but Badlands, from experience, is not Xeno's strongest map, and it might be a bit of a different tale, because I'd say that was a pretty close one. The score might not have said it, but I'd say that was basically a 2-5, not a 2-6. The 6th round was just kind of everyone messing around with Xeno.
That's a very good point.
A 2-5, it was definitely Rod's been dominant, but I don't know. I don't know how close this is, because I know that Badlands isn't Xeno's preferred map.
So we do have 6 in the server. The map is loaded and ready to go, so surely be coming into another game for you. Just as I say that, the countdown does begin. Both teams ready up, and we're ready for the second map of this match. Right Wing Discord versus Xeno. This is round 1 of ozfortress Season 19, brought to you by TF Live. So following Mac here to the mid, we'll see how he performs on his first mid of the second map. Maybe redeem himself a little bit as he's just coming through health now. He's getting some good stickies onto the opposite health, but doesn't actually deal much damage with it. Hoop's taking a good amount of damage. He's just below half health. He needs it instantly because Mac is just eating him up right now. Although MG gets taken down, Yaunch with that code bomb also gets taken down. So much damage being dealt into Xeno so quickly I can't even keep up. That was an absolute team wipe in the space of about 5 seconds.
Yeah, Soldier got launched, I believe, by one of the bombs from Xeno. And he got straight into Xander, and the only one there to protect Xander from that bomb was Mac. It seems that the Boy Scouts got a bit too aggressive on Xeno's side. Needed someone to play a little bit back with Xander, maybe a Soldier, anything, but they got picked up on the back lines and couldn't support their team who were getting aggressive, and it just got them killed. Although they did trade medics, so it's not all terrible.
So,
did you see Crit's Creed coming out of Keller, actually?
Actually, yeah, I was going to say, if they lost both medics, that Uber advantage from Keller's looking very curious. He's about to, but he just hit 60% on that crits, and Xander's just at 35. Shifter has the sniper, so that crits could be absolutely and completely nullified by a good shot from him. We'll see how he goes, but they've spotted him now, and he takes down Moot before the crits can even be popped. Keller just about to hit it after his demo goes down. Yaunch getting aggressive now, trying to capitalize on something, but he's about to get flanked by Ben, and he takes him down. Good pick from him. Cure up on Heavy. That Sniper's still up as well, so we have the double off class, and it's worked pretty well, but the crits is coming in now. Doge getting a little bit of damage off, but he's not actually going to get much done with that crits at all. He gets so much damage dealt to him from himself, from so many rockets and pipes, that nothing's going to happen, and the entirety of Team Roids is wiped out pretty quickly, although Xeno aren't left that much better off. So they're going to be pushing out onto second now. Moop's there watching it. Xeno slowly moving forward. MG walks straight into a trap that Moop was watching from an absolute mile away, and that's going to allow Roids to actually just get a good hold on the second, and Xeno going to realise they can't push onto Spire right now, and they need to just hold back for another push.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate. You need any advantage you can take in a Badlands last to second push, and MG dying there is making it more difficult, but they do seem to still be going for it. They do have this Uber advantage, which I guess they're playing off, but Doge is aggressive, maybe trying to get on the medic, but not knowing where he is, or just trying to go for a flank pick. Killer gets cleaned up by Moop's long range spam. They're gonna might get this cap, but they're losing players left and right. One down who gets spawned for Roids, and 3 players down for Xeno. This is really looking bad. They finally get this Uber popped out for Xeno, but what cost is Keller's gonna get out? Xander's really aggressive in a weird position, and Keller's got his Uber up.
Fwishy just walks straight in through Valley and takes down Mac. That was a really easy pick from him, and he hasn't even been taken down yet. He's just going to run on Australian players really easily. Good crossbow from Keller, saves them completely. Wow, yeah. That was a great play from Keller. Saves Swishy after he got a great pick on the Mac, and he gets another one on Shifter. Finishes him off with the pistol, and he gets just a little bit too aggressive. He's actually proving himself so well right now.
Evidence that the crossbow should be banned. Nah. Anyway, we have the crits up already for Keller, and they're just moving up. Keller actually drops down to, I guess he'll Moop. We're probably going to see this coming out early because they know that Xander's not too far off his Uber. We have this shift to sniper, but I don't know if he's really in a position to deny this. It looks like they're going from lower. And they do, they crit out lower and they get Xander immediately. A nice sticky from Moop. Just getting spam out. They didn't make any ground, but Scouts are sort of is behind the point now, and we don't have any heals or even a. It's just returning frags. Now this is a really weird decision from Roids. It seems like they were trying to bait in players. It starts to work some reason. Scout on low ground is taking a fight with Shifter. He wins it. It's just Demo Medic and Soldier for Xeno, but they're getting overwhelmed. Roids does get. Oh, we have MG and the Soldiers coming, re-pushing for Xeno. That was really bizarre from Roids. They had the picks and they had the players, but they weren't pushing. They just kind of stayed at main and let their flank die. That was really weird to watch.
It was an incredibly confusing fight. There was just so many significant things happening at once. I mean, Mac just got completely spammed out by Ben because he was behind the point. It was, I don't want to say he was caught out, but that's what it seemed like. He just got completely annihilated, really.
Here's the beauty of crits is that he already has it up because he stayed off. They're going to re-push, and it doesn't have the Uber to defend himself. Although MG does get picked up in the lobby, they get 2 picks, and the crits is out. Xander's might get cleaned up, he doesn't.
Ooh.
But they're about to move on to this point. There's nothing really there that can stop. Roids Babel pipes a Scout into the moon, and it's just Mac to fight 2 players, and they're going to get this round.
So Xander did get picked up by non-crit stickies when he leave resub. That was just confusing. I mean, he was so close to having the Uber, I realized he needed to get him to the point, but he got completely shut down. I mean, that's so unfortunate from him. So that's going to be the first round going the way of Roids.
Yeah.
Coming on to
say we have 2 lagging players on Roids, but one of them is connecting from Asia. They're moving up Valley now. Xeno's taken their train, and the others, and both sides are playing the train. Play goes down for Roids, and that is KPC. Another Scout goes down. Both teams getting aggressive, but they do lose the medic on the side, and it's just Moop standing for Roids, and we might see him just simply just trying to get out. Oh no, he died early. That's my bad, I guess. Or did he get out? I wasn't paying attention. I'm a good caster. We're moving in. People are moving into the lobby for Xeno, and they have a full Ubrad. They need to be careful they don't lose this to something stupid like a sack play or anything. They are just waiting for players to get to the last. We have Ben on sniper. Fwishy goes down, which is very good. This will give them another advantage above their already existing Ubrad. Oh, but Moop holding super aggressive, catches out Mac. I don't think anyone could expect that.
No.
And that's going to be awkward. They might be just waiting for this charge. They might be waiting for max spawn because it is early, it is Badlands last. They'll still be able to play this out if they go straight away as he gets back, but they have to make sure they aren't going to get kited by the Uber.
See how they go. Xander's just moving on to bets with his
they're going
team
straight
now.
away.
I mean, Keller's just about to get... If they wait a little bit too long, Keller's going to have his Uber. They also have that sentry to contend with for this last push. He's just about to hit 80%. It looks like Xander's going to be moving a bit faster than that. Come on, you got to get moving. It's so close. 94%. Yeah, no, that sentry's going to hold them back.
They do lose player Fwishy, and the sentry is still up. They can spam that out, they can still play this, but they do lose Yorch in the process. Xander gets aggressive to heal Yorch and gets cleaned up. I think he thought he had a player around that corner, but he met Ben with a buff and he just got absolutely destroyed. We have 3 players up for Xeno, and they're just going to be backing out. No one really in a position to go for a back-cap play, and that is just going to be around, it looks like. KPC making sure he's playing safe, just being an engineer last. He's got a dispenser to block bottom left. He's got a setup. I've never actually seen that dispenser play. That's really weird.
I mean, if you got time to put one up, you may as well chuck it somewhere. I mean, you don't even usually see a 3 sentry, let alone level 2 one.
We see an Uber coming out aggressively from It's just getting straight in. Xander does seem to get out, but they're still aggressing into second. They have a sniper play in Valley from Shifter. He doesn't get cleaned up by the schedule aggressive because MG's on Diamond, just ready to stop him, and we have a pretty good situation for Xeno now. They've stopped the Uber gets popped, they don't even lose a player in this process. Shifty gets back on Scout because he's already caught on the sniper. 70% from Xander, they're just trying to build up this Uber, and they're probably going to push straight out of house, imitating Roids, because they're just holding a balcony. Actually, you might just be holding safe, I don't know if they plan to push out just yet.
I'm really curious to see what happens of this. I mean, Xander does have the advantage. He's just hitting 95% now. Keller's just hitting 75% himself. But I'm not sure if Xander really wants to capitalise on that with the position that they have right now. But actually they're going to. They're pushing up through Valley now. They're pushing from the low ground and they're somehow winning this. The high ground all won. But Cure, he just about gets blasted away. Keller's going to pop his Uber, as is Xander.
Way better Uber from Xander. The Uber's faded here, but they don't have any very good positioning on Xeno, as the Soldier and the Scout are getting picked up. MG accidentally kills himself taking a 1v1. That was a really interesting play into a really poor execution by Xeno. And Xander's going to get picked up by Scouts.
Xander's
almost
picked up in the end.
Oh, he gets the Scout to 17 health. That's really unfortunate. If he had that saw, he would have had a chance. So that is a pretty much full Uber ad for Roids, and I'm 100% sure they're going to take this very soon. I don't know if they're waiting on this Uber. Wishy actually very aggro in lobby. Yorsh gets aggressive trying to pick him, he gets cleaned up himself. Scout's doing a lot of work for the side of Roids. We have a shifter sniper yet again. See if he can get anything done this time, because I don't think I've seen a sniper pick actually do much thus far.
So it's just a bit of a scrap going on right now. I mean, stalemate of course, but I can just tell that as soon as the push happens, it's just going to be yet another scrap. The sniper's up. We'll see if he has an effect, but he doesn't because Uber's been popped and they're pushing through already. There's nowhere near going to have his Uber ready for this fight, so it's all on Roids to be able to completely shut them out of the point. They pick up Yorch, which is a good pick by them. Pick up Shifter afterwards, but now they just have to contend with the rest of Xeno that's remaining. They still have no point presence whatsoever, but they pick up Cure anyway, so I guess it kind of makes up for it. Ben goes down, but now they're finally going to get some point presence. They have Xander and Mac to deal with. Xander's still alive on point, nearly takes down Fishy with his saw, but doesn't manage to do it. That's 0-2 going the way of Roids for this second map.
Xander was in a weird spot there where he could have saved the round if he got more heals off. He had the potential trick that you see a lot of medics being able to pull off, where it's get a saw when you're above 75%, but he hit on 70, and the likelihood of a medic sneaking up on somebody and getting 2 saws before he gets cleaned up is very bad. Anyway, the mid's kicking off already as Xeno already kind of losing position, playing on the train but getting spammed back. Low health for Roids as they are getting re-aggressed. Keller goes down almost immediately. Both Scouts on the side of... Oh, Mac destroys the jumping soldier trying to get the Xander, but Xander ends up getting cleaned up by a Scout on the back, and it is just Scouts up for the side of Xeno, and 2 medics down.
Cure and Shift are the only 2 ones left for this mid-cap. And Roids only just getting their first spawn, and unfortunately it's Keller. Got no one to build with for a while as his team's just respawning now. It's going to be... well, actually the Uber's going to be completely even, it seems like. Which is actually quite
Sanders on crits.
Oh, here we go. They've got the crits on the side of Xeno this time rather than Keller. Which usually seems to be the crit runner of this game, but they've changed their mind. So we'll see if they get... This is a great place to use crits because it's so close quarters unless the Roids can get away in time.
We've got a pause or a lag, but it looks like a pause. So hopefully they're not cheating and looking at the stream right now, because then they'll know they have crits. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So
is that what you did last season? Is
100%, dude. I have the internet to totally run a stream and play video games in Australia. But we have. This is actually a pretty good position for Xeno. If they can get his crits off and not get spammed out by the demo, it could be really good, but that's the issue is, although it's very close quarters, the trade-off is that you have to be fighting a demo to get in your position.
Right, so here we go. We've got an unpause and followed by some ice skating players jumping around the map. The building's coming in from Keller, but the Uber is called from the side of Xander. Push, and now the crits is popped. Mid goes down almost instantly. Keller gets down by a nice sticky from Mac. Focuses him down very effectively. Fishy and Ben, both Scouts to follow. MG's getting a nice flack onto the point, picks up Move, and Doge really the only one to get out of that because we're going to see another player get picked up, and that's KPC.
KPC doing the rude thing and strafing when he's already dead and not allowing us to get any cool middies on cam. But MG gets straight onto the point, which is a really risky play because they need the players to make this repush, which could be really good because they have the crits out. They lose him straight away. They did try to get aggressive then, that wasn't a terrible idea, but he didn't have the backup, and the heavy just absolutely mowed down any chance he had of that working. But it's Badlands, so you have respawn almost instantly. The thing here that's going to be annoying is that even with the crits, they're about to get a sentry hit, but they crit straight. Crits are coming straight in from lower. He doesn't hit anything straight away. He kills Moop, but it's a trade from Mac, and we don't see any return frag just yet. We have yours getting in top, just trying to get onto the medic. He's only on 60%.
Oh, yeah, it's Doge down so low.
Another pause?
Yeah, it looks like another pause. Doge is hurt. Xander's about to fall straight onto Doge, but Doge is hurt so bad himself. This is completely... Couldn't get more awkward for Xander right now, because Doge knows what's about to happen.
Positioning here is actually in the favour of Xeno, if they can make this work. If MG can aggress onto the scout, they do actually have pretty decent positioning over all the players who are almost all at height to set except for Ben and Fishy, and Fishy's in a position where he could die pretty much instantly. And we do have the unpause. Xander gets picked up pretty much instantly, as you'd expect. Keller does get back and seems to escape death, but instantly gets cleaned out by Shifter. This is looking very good for the side of Xeno. They just need to get this cap and it does come out. And the pause actually probably did look in the favour of Xeno. Gave them time to think and execute a good way to finish off that last. But anyway, we can move up to this mid. 1-2, this is very close actually.
So it's the first round for Xeno going this way on this map. I mean, they got it eventually, but it took them some time. We're seeing this mid now. Mook's quite aggressive on point. Mac playing all the way back in houses, but they're both going to be just about as effective with each other as the bomb comes in from MG. Xander actually going down from a nice bomb from KPC. Meanwhile, two more players are picked up on the side from the side of Xeno. That's actually another two-man trade from Roy's, but they're back so far in the corner. There's no way they're getting anywhere near the point right now. You're just going to have to try and get out. Shifter, don't get taken down. That would be a silly decision from you. Respawn's coming up from the side of Xeno. Oh, Uber, yeah, exactly. The Uber's going to be used to push into this, and then Xeno have also got their respawn for their second hold, if they can manage to do it, because they're actually taking a little bit of their time, because they're going to have to wait for that mid cap to go down. So at least we'll see a contest after a mid, instead of going all the way back to last like we have been.
I don't like what Xeno's doing here. They're down 2 scouts and they're playing really aggressive. This could come back to bite them. Yeah, this is where the pause occurred. I'm not super sure why it did happen, but it might have been lag or someone. It seems that Yorch might have been the one lagging, but come back in. The ad has been built out for Roids, and they're not going to be able to play off that for the Xeno side, which sucks. Only 5% advantage because both teams are building.
Just spam's just happening at the choke like you'd typically expect. Fishy's playing around in Valley by himself, but he's been spotted out. Maybe not going to be as effective as the last time he played in that area. So right now, Ubers are even. We don't have any significant off classes, so we have a textbook stalemate. Just going to see what either team decides to do. I would really love to see a sniper right now. I always do, but in a stalemate like this, on a map like this, it's incredibly entertaining. I think for the most part, we're going to have to rely on an effective soldier, or maybe Fishy somehow managing to be incredibly sneaky and getting something done on that flank.
This is Xeno's push, but it does look like Rods are getting aggressive. Xeno do have the round disadvantage, so it's usually up to them, but we do see KPC go in and die, and we do see fighting coming in on the flank. We get Xeno in through choke, Fishy down to like 30 health, and taking a fight with the cure. And
you're hitting a nice airshot onto Mook there.
Yeah, that's really good.
Fishy coming out on top of the AU Scout yet again, and it's happening. It's that pistol every time, but working. Putting Australia to shame.
You did miss a couple shots on the thing. I don't know if it was nerves or just unlucky, but Fishy does come out into a fight he probably shouldn't have won. We do see another stalemate, except it's reversed this time, and they might be playing this as... Oh no, they're not. I'm incorrect.
Fishy's really aggressive right now. He's not allowed to do that. He does it anyway. He's so hurt. He's probably not going to get out of this. If there was if Xeno had even one scout, he would have been dead right there. But I guess they just died, and he could do whatever he wanted, wherever he wanted, and he just completely put Xeno on their knees just by running around them.
Yeah.
So they're capturing second right now on the side of Roy's, and Xeno's holding an upper lobby, but I'm sure they'll quickly realise they need to play their Uber and move all the way back, as the Ubers are even at the moment. Maybe going to see some off classes from the side of Xeno, but they are actually scrapping this out. They take down Fishy. That's a good pick from them, but it's up to them whether or not they want to trigger a push or just move back onto last. I mean, the forward hold, it works, but it's a temporary fix.
This push is very difficult. MG does do a drop down to get a play and he gets cleaned
always
up.
ends up getting broke. Started lagging, I thought it was another pause.
No, Keller takes almost no damage. He'll regen that very quickly. KPC forward on bats, just trying to get info. Both soldiers on bats, we might see a forward play from Roids, as do also back up to last, just playing it safe. Don't want to trade an Uber without a soldier there. The respawn is going to come up from MG, and we're going to see a last stalemate, and it is going to be really annoying for Xeno to at the pace these events have been going. It's going to be annoying for Xeno to come back if Roids do grab this round.
So, as you said, this is an Uber stalemate. Both Ubers are even. Shifter's just going up on Sniper now, so maybe he can nullify the aspect of this hold. Yaunch gets taken down from good spam, actually, as the Uber's popped just a little bit too late by Xander. He's going to have to get aggressive with the scout onto Keller, but Friendly Soldier is doing so much work and blocking them. The Uber's popped on his behalf, and now Roy's getting really aggressive. They have so much positioning right now, and Shifter's going to go down making a run for the point. It's just Xander really, the only one that can do anything. That gets taken down, and that's another round away. Roy's making it 3-1 on the second map.
I don't exactly know what happened there. It was very odd, but I think Ben actually was going in for like a sack play or something and ended up getting a soldier and a force. I think the force was more of Xander trying to keep a player alive, but it was a very awkward situation. Mac a bit late to mid, but he is playing the window rollout, so it's not a big deal. You see way more aggression coming out of Lloyd's earlier. Scat goes down for almost instantaneously, and Soldier gets absolutely destroyed by Cure and gets forced back to heals, and then gets cleaned up himself. MG gets picked up by himself, and Moop is just trying to get up, but he's lit and should get cleaned up by the scouts. And it's just Cure against a pocketed soldier, and the medic does look like they're going to get out, but it is in Xeno's favour, and this is exactly what they need. They need to push into the lobby and get this last, because they don't have all the time in the world right now. 10 minutes, so plenty of time to come back, but not a whole bunch of time to stalemate.
So we do have the double off class. We've got Fushy on NG and Ben on Sniper. See what gets done here. And they're just getting his Uber now. So, the Uber hold. That aggression on mid was just excellent to see. Kills were absolutely flying everywhere. It was very fast, quick mid as we've seen this entire series.
KBC on the spy. Oh, he's just checking players.
I was going to say triple off class maybe not be the right decision here for the side of Roids. See what Ben can do. He's clearly been spotted by Shifter, but maybe Xander will get to click his Uber on and make a bit of a mistake there and lose a player, but I doubt it. Push is not going to be nullified by a sniper if the Uber is used correctly. As the push comes in now, he gets taken down instantly by a combinations of a very attentive Sentry and some good stickies. Doge going down in return, however, from Mac. A lot of spam going either way, but that's a pick for either team, which is a curious mishap that happened. I think they didn't know that Sentry was there, but it's going to go down as soon as Yaunch gets on it. But it's going to go back up as soon as Fushy gets back into resupply. So stalemate's going to continue. Ben still not spotting his moment. MG has come up on Sniper for his respawn. So see what he gets done in return. He's just peeking through main right now. I don't think he's going to get a sightlon on anyone, but worth a look. Oh, Doge, he's close. Let's move around that barrel. No, he moves out of sightline just perfect enough to the point where he's going to actually spot MG himself and get that return pick. That's not who should have died in that situation. So the stalemate, even more stalemate than it was before.
And Mac goes down, so this is going to be probably almost 100% the push coming out of Roids. The medic gets forced lower. Xander needs to be back. That force was guaranteed, and he probably shouldn't have kept in that lobby. He could have gotten out and re-pushed this last with the Uber. Now it's looking pretty awkward. They do get the pushy pick, and medic goes down. This is really odd, because I would have assumed that they could have just backed into the last. Like, pretty sure the sentry's still up, because they could have just hit under the sentry fire, but might be incorrect. Yeah, the sentry was up. That was a bit of a weird play from Lloyds, as they probably could have just backed into the safety net lost, and Xeno didn't really have the position to do much. Shifter getting into the soldier, kills him in the flank, loses the fight to the other soldier and the other scout, and we're going to see another reset, so that's fun.
An incredibly long last push. It was so disconnected in so many different ways, but it comes out in the end. Both players down a player each. Both teams down a player each. It was pretty much even, maybe about 10% between. Sentry is down, but Fush is going to build it straight back up. anyway. I mean, he's got it to level 3 twice now, just on this last one. KBC back on Spy, just checking again. Unfortunately, we won't see that Spy play, it looks like. So, we'll see what happens. Sentry goes down as soon as Fushy's away for even a second as the soldier comes back off Spy. So, just another stalemate continuing, really.
Fushy checking on Spy again. He's checking if there are any crits over, it looks like.
KBC goes down on the flank there.
Yeah.
That was a little bit questionable.
But it is good, because they do have this Uber coming up, and they might be pushing this in. This is the first advantage they've had in this loss for a while. It does seem like they're moving it in slowly, or maybe they're just figuring out, or maybe they're not going to do anything. They're going to get a counterplay in what it looks like, and he just going to clean up immediately. But Doge does go down, so they do get a return frag, and we might see something. But it looks like maybe not.
I mean, Max getting aggressive by himself, but doesn't get capitalized on by any spam in any way. Just going back to yet another stalemate, typical Badlands. I mean, it could be worse, but at the same time, it could be more entertaining. Oh, here we go. The Uber's actually been used.
The Uber gets popped. They can get out with the super and repush with the Strive. Players going down. This is awkward for Xeno. I'm not sure where they really wanted to get there. They lost a player in the fight. Maybe York was trying to get into a different position. They'd lose Doge, so they might see a repush. They lose Shifter as well, though. Another kind of botched push from Xeno into Badlands lost. I don't know, maybe a spy play. They need to mix this up. They need to try something, because what they're doing right now really isn't working.
They need to add something to the mix that wouldn't be expected by Roids right now. It's got to be heartbreaking for you, Sage, seeing this happen to your beloved team as MG takes down that sentry before it's even a child.
That's a pretty awful way to say it. Like, I don't like personifying machines as like harmless things. It makes me uncomfortable. But we do see Shiv up the sniper on little to no health. Probably need to grab a crossbow, but Xander takes a risky peek from lower, but he does get the crossbow on his side, and just gonna see a play. But Roids do have their own sniper as Ben, and Ben is, like I said, a very competent sniper, trying to go for a counter peek. We'll see who gets lucky, because these things come down to a bit of luck and a bit of reaction time.
Fushy losing another one, yet another one of his children, but this time it was older. It was about a teenager this time. Incredibly unfortunate both times, and he actually goes down himself to some spam from NG in the bottom left.
It's initiating the push right now. The sentry goes down. They've got this Uber in top left. They immediately lose Cure on the flank, it looks like. And Shifter does headshot the demo, leaving him very low health. Gonna have to resupply. He goes back in. Shifter actually hitting nice headshots, but nothing really coming of it as they're just taking heals and relaxing. He hits the soldier on the point. Shifter is not missing right now, and he's lower, and he gets cleaned up by the scout. He pushes him. But we have 2 players down. 3 players make it for Xeno, and
but there's also 3 players down on the side of Roids, so we're going to go back to stalemating again. Maybe until the respawns come up and they can finally use that Uber that they've been holding on to, because Xeno does not look too keen on much right now.
We finally have something new coming out the side of Xeno, as we do have MG on the Spy, which is what they need. They've needed to try something new for ages, because the strategies they've been trying and employing have just not been making the cut. They do have KPC checking before the Spy, though, which is equally as bad as... Spy is not very good if you know they have a Spy.
Here we go, MG. He's just avoids the soldier there. He's got the positioning. He just needs a mid to be in the perfect place. Hey, Moot goes down. Distracts Ben enough. Is the push going to get triggered? Come on,
if he survives, like 4 people.
Somehow. Maybe he's going to move and sap the sentry.
It's not a bad idea. He's on the sentry, he gets it down, Mac cleans it up, they still have the Spy, and they've got them blocked out as well. This is really good for Xeno if they can just get on the point. Kill just needs to jump on this, and they've got the Spy. This is
I want to see how much damage was dealt by that Spy on just that last point alone. He got like a significant amount of revolver damage, pretty much single-handedly took down a sentry. Took down a scout and a demo, got some damage onto that sniper. I mean, he was very effective in that last push. I mean, your theory was true. They just needed to add some variety, and it worked out really, really well for them. So it makes it 2-3. Another round going the way as Xeno. Maybe they're going to bring this one back a little bit more.
Exactly. Let's see what they're doing. This time, Xeno having the position, a bit more aggression, which is working so far. Keller goes on right away, along with KPC, and not very good health. Doge is jumping from trying to get onto the medic, and he gets a perfect bomb straight onto Xander. It's just Moop up for the side of Roids, and he is just chilling in choke, trying to get frags. on his exit, and they're not going to chase him. I want to put in something from that last, which I think is pretty funny, is KPC tried to check the spy, and I'm pretty sure because he didn't know that there was a spy because MG doesn't wear hats. I'm pretty sure that's why he got... I'm pretty sure that's why it worked, because he was definitely checking for the spy, and I'm pretty sure MG not wearing spy hats really helped him out there.
Well, we'll have to ask the players after the game, maybe, see what was going on there, because, like you said, it really did work out, and it played massively into winning that last. Good shots from Yaunch, taking down KPC. Just a lot of scrapping going on around this Grey Bridge area. 3 players up for the side of Xeno. Yaunch very low. He's going to get taken in by a chip shot from a mile away from Fushi as Roids are going to cap their own spy. Sakura, Xander's going to get bombed. Doge goes down, but he takes down Xander himself. Meanwhile, Shifter, the only one really could possibly do anything. He's fighting through Valley. Thought Ben was maybe a little bit lower than he actually was. I'm going to get that aggressive. I mean, Mac and Xander, that's a combo, both down right now.
So we have 2 minutes left. Oh, this is really bad. Moop catches the flank off guard, going to pick up both shoulders, and it doesn't look very good for Xenos. They have 2 minutes to win this next fight and push into last. They need that for the tie, and it's more looking towards the side that Moop is just going to take this Uber and walk straight into last. As Xander's only getting to 10% right now. Mac gets in, trying to force the medic. Hits the pipe, actually. But Keller nullifies it by taking the pack and just relaxes. Moop's already getting ready to take this Uber, not even a demo up for last. They get a heavy, the heavy's not getting much what? The heavy picks up the demo who doesn't get a flash, and then KPC goes down. It's a 3v4, but low health on both sides. Mac's up, this is possibly good, it isn't. That's really unlucky. If Mac could hit those stickies or get them onto the point a bit earlier, it could have been a turnaround. Well, not a complete turnaround, I don't think they had the time to get to last on the other side and cap, but that is going to be GG. Good matches coming. GG's coming out from the chat, as it is at least 4-2. They could secure another round, but this is dead time. 30
seconds left on the clock. I think it's very, very safe that this is dead time. So that is both maps going the way of Roids. Same score on both maps, 2-5. First map being Process, second map being, of course, Badlands. Relatively dominant performance from Roids. Again, breaks my heart. I'm sure it breaks your heart as well to see Xeno not do as well as we'd both hoped to, but of course Roids coming out on top there.
Yeah.
So logs will be up on your screen very shortly for all of your wonderful eyes to see, as we will get some players in for some post-game interviews as well. Get their thoughts on how that game went. Did we have to get this one?
Hey.
I really hope you don't watch this VOD, because I've been ripping on you the entire time.
Oh, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Although I will say...
Go through the logs, George Basil Jackson.
Okay. You played much better than I thought you would, I'll give you that. So standing up to me, ordering by damage, Mac, pretty dominant performance again. No, it was Moop last map that had the dominant performance. Mac getting 10,042 damage total, while Moop was on 8.5. So kind of swapping roles a little bit there. Kind of curious to see that come out. In terms of other stats, I mean, Doge had a significant amount of damage for the Roma, 20-17. Not much else can be said apart from Ben being 28 for 16. Incredible kill performance from him. Sage, you got anything there that stands out to you?
A lot more heals on Doge this time. Like, Moop took a lot of the Ubers, but didn't take as much heals, like nearly as much heals as he did on Process. Just interesting. It does show because he didn't get the 400 DPM, but he did do more than enough. Mac does top damage this time with a little bit more heals, it does seem. It's a bit above what he hit last map and doing a lot with them. Mac definitely the shining player of Xeno this match. And Ben as well, actually doing a lot for the side of Roids, getting a lot of cleanup frags and doing a decent amount of damage himself.
So I think there's not too much that can be said about that set of logs there. I think that just shows the performance put out by both teams. Obviously, a pretty dominant performance from the side of Roids there. Yaunch, what went wrong?
Well, just quickly, I'm getting a few dudes from the right-wing death squad coming on in, but I don't know, like, we felt good at the beginning of process, and, like, I feel like we had, like, just one or two big mistakes on, like, with mid pushes and stuff like that, otherwise we would have had process easy, honestly. Like, I don't mean to blow our trumpet, but I think there were a few really costly mistakes in the end there, and we just sort of got put under the pump towards the end, and the score blew out at the end, but it was, like, really close for most of it. I reckon if we hadn't, like, had a few sort of brain farts, we could have put up a good performance in process, but Badlands sort of like was a culmination of everything that went wrong on process for us. I think there was some communication issues stemming from some tilt issues, stemming from some communication issues, stemming from some tilt issues. Bit of a vicious cycle in the end there, but first match of the season, we got a lot of like first time Prem playing dudes with like not so much experience, so we're happy with how we showed for the most part.
In terms of your own performance, because there was a bit of a roster shuffle, how do you think you went in total? I want your opinion.
I need to die less. Yukari will give me a ribbing immediately after the match. I know he will, but yeah, I need to die less and sort of focus on being a more cohesive pocket. And other than that, I accidentally middied one of their soldiers and somehow killed the demo man, so I went fucking fabulous. Thank you for asking.
We do have both Ben and KPC here from the opposite team, Right Wing Death Squad. How you going?
Hey, good, thanks.
So you guys clearly won both maps relatively dominantly. I mean, it wasn't a 5-hour roll. There were some good fights in there. Congratulations on winning your first round for ozfortress Season 19.
Thanks.
In terms of your own performance, Ben, I want to ask you first. How do you think you went personally?
I felt like I played pretty good on process, and I don't know, barrage on Badlands.
What were your thoughts coming into this first game? I mean, you know, as a pretty steadfast team in ozfortress Prem, did you have any fears about, you know, their previous experiences, even though they had that roster change?
No, we're pretty confident coming into the match.
That's what I like to hear. It should be like that every match. Sage, you got any questions?
Actually, I do. This might be a bit of an offhand one. Was the item server down at any point in the server?
No.
No,
Don't
not
believe.
for anybody. Okay, because I couldn't figure out if it was because I didn't get item server on my side, and it might just because it's STV relay. But you checked for spy on when MG was spy. I couldn't figure out if it was because the item server was down. You couldn't tell he was spy, or it was because he was not wearing hats.
Oh yeah, I have no idea. I think I checked. So I swapped, because you have to, like, swap to... I'm not sure how you're meant to do it, actually. I don't have 3D
it's
view
meant
models.
to just show their hats and stuff with that little icon, yeah.
I don't have that turned on.
Mitch,
So what I do is I'd swap to it and then swap back, like, multiple times, and if it came up as the same person, then I was kind of like, yeah, it's probably them.
That's
So
the most
that
botched
works.
way of doing that.
Whatever
once.
works. Whatever
Oh,
works.
yeah, no, it didn't.
That's brilliant.
No,
I love that.
It didn't work the last time though, because I checked them all. I only checked the spy once, and I'm like, nah, they probably don't have a spy. And then Moop got
Good job.
backstabbed.
Wait, your system was to check multiple times, and then you only checked him once.
Well, I was more checking for the sniper.
Fair enough. It was pretty funny. I don't really have any other questions unless you have any more, George.
I'm completely out of questions for this one. Do you guys want to say anything to each other, or do you want to go on to shoutouts? No,
Yeah.
absolute Ben, even a good game or anything like that. Alright, I see how it is. Totally fine with
No,
me.
it's a close game.
George
You meant
just
to
gonna be
ask
completely-
individual people for shout out, GBJ. I can tell that you haven't been doing this as long as me and you're not as good at it as I am, so but
Sorry.
please go right ahead.
My bad, okay. And do you have any shoutouts? You want to say anything live on stream?
Who? Oh, okay. Please hit MG.
Alright, I'd like to shout out the B1 crew, and that's about it.
Moving on to KPC, what do you got to say?
Oh yeah, shoutouts to our team, the enemy team, you know, the normal stuff, and shout out to Foslam.
Alright, moving on to Sage, my man, how you going?
Yeah, shout to me. That's it.
Alright, it's something. What do you got?
Shout out to that person. Gramps knows who I'm talking about.
Oh.
Shout out to my team. Good effort, guys. Shout out to Right Squad. Sorry about the kerfuffle with the Merc, and shout out to all my friends except for Razor, because his team had the biggest clusterfuck of a big pre-game that I had to sort out, and I hate you all. And shout out to TF Live, all that jazz.
Alright, well, I'll give my... I've got a bit of a ceremonial one. One of my friends' birthdays is today, and he asked me to say live on stream, shout out to Chiramoko69, have a wonderful birthday, my thoughts and prayers are with you. I hope that satisfies your hunger. Shout out to everyone at City Cole that is watching this in the lounge with whoever else is up there. And shout out to the TF Live crew.
Do they actually do that?
No, they're not the nerds, apparently I am.
Oh, righto. But their monitor's bigger than yours. Go ahead.
Okay, shout out to everyone at TF Live, casters, producers, everyone who helps us bring you content for ozfortress Season 19, which is upcoming. Shout out to Wiethoofd for being, yet again, a brilliant producer, bringing you an amazing game.
I love you, Dutch boy.
Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, follow us everywhere that you possibly can, and we'll bring you plenty more games of ozfortress Premier this season. For myself, Sage, and Wiethoofd, good night.